Assalamu alaikum friends, this is Syeda Noor-ul-ain. I hope you all are be fit or fine, and I am also fine. Friends, today my video topic is how we can become a good English speaker in a once year 2023. So you know why I'm making to this video, because I see every year everywhere, and people every year wants to learn about just English language. I think so they have no any another work for doing, and that's why they are every time wants to learn and every time wants to talk about English language. Sometimes they are talk about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, collocation, etc. So you need to just make it to a task for a 1 year, and you need to learn almost about English language in a one just year. And then you need to do your a lot of every time practice on English language, and get a good command on English language, and do practice for every time, and make it any time for practicing. But just learn for a 1 year, then you did need to just practice about English language. Okay, so I have few basic points for you. You need to just listen and carefully keep focus on this point, and you need to follow it much. Okay, so my first and very crucial point is for you: make task to it. Make a task to it of English language learning for just a 1 year, and in 1 year you will complete your English language learning. Then you did just after you will do just practice of English language every time. You just set a minimum or maximum time for practicing communication with someone, make communication with someone, and practice alone with yourself. So you need to just practice, because practice makes a perfect man, and practice is must when you learn completely every easy anything you did learn. So you need to just continue your practicing, because when we forget our leave our practice, so we could not achieve any command of this thing. Like I will want to become a good writer, so I need to just practice every day to learning anything good. When I learn, then I need to practice it, and just I will do practice more and better day by day. So this become my habit soon, and I will do more great and better work from my previous day. Okay, so my second point is very useful is also. Okay, so my second point is correct understanding. We all need to understand about English language in a correct way. Like it's just a language. Don't make English language any heavier piece of thing. Don't break this English language into a different pieces like grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, etc. Don't break it. Keep combine and continue to learning English language, and understand it's just a language. You need to focus on your childhood time when you will learn in Urdu and Hindi language from your environment, from your parents, from your teachers, because you will say this environment I hate for learning Urdu and Hindi language. Yes, absolutely. We have no any environment of English language for learning English language, and because it's that time English is very important thing for learning, because this is international language, and this is very useful for everywhere we are where you are go every time. Okay, but you could maintain your routine of learning from your inner side. You just need to understand this is a language, and I need to focus on every word, every style of another person who are speaking this language. Like we should listen to another person's, like in the form of videos, in the form of speaking with someone who are well known this language, because we every time talk to this person who are very able and known well to this language and this thing from ourselves, then from ourselves, so we need to understand it. Okay, so keep a good and correct understand of English language. Okay, my third point is focus. We need to focus about our problem. What problem is I have problem of learning English language. I could not speak English well and I could not speak English, so it's just my problem and I need to solve it right now, and I need to understand this problem I need to solve it from different ways and from different various kind of different things methods I can solve this issue instead of being sad every time about English language and English learning. I could not done this over and over again. My fourth point is do research and solve your problem. Solve your problem towards English language learning. Okay, do research about how we can solve this problem in a different ways and do apply many different methods, trick, etc, which will one method suited on your self and on your learning way. So you need to adopt this method for a long time, because long time custom makes a perfect man. Okay, it's time you need to just think about trial and error method of psychology, because trial and error method is very useful for every field of human being life. We are learn from this method, we are learn our from our experience of past, we are learn from our flaws, mistakes of life. When one time one thing will become easier for ourselves, just this thing will remain it continue to with consistency. Okay, then it will become like a very common and normal thing. And in the beginning of something, we start something, so we are scared from the thing and from the situation firstly, then our second reaction towards something, towards some work is very easier, because we try to understand to this thing, and then when need to high pressure work, so we put our great stress on it, then its work becomes slowly, and after slowly consistency is very important thing. Then consistently we are doing something work, then we must progress in our life. Okay, so my five point is do practice. I told you first, practice makes a perfect man. So we need to just do our hard work for practice, make a maintain routine for practicing. I know we all have many works in our life. It's just not only one thing in our life. So we need to practice in a daily basis. When we are do, so our mind will aware about to this thing, because this man is learning something. So our mind will started working in a this manner, like it also take participate of learning this thing with us equally. When our mind will become expert, so at this time we don't need to any think for thinking at this time, for speaking words, for speaking any language, and for doing anything, because it's just you need to think and see your hands and everything, which we are not moving our hand for working, and our hands are automatically working from ourselves when we are want to doing something. So it's a great example of this. I think you will understand and you are getting my point. So my sixth point is make a goals. Make a goals of learning English language. Like my first goal is I will learn English grammar this part in this day. It's not mean I just saying to you you just need to learn every time about English language learning. But you, if you want to speak English, so you need to first speaking English. But you will speak when you have a amount of knowledge, learning information about English language, like grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, etc. So you need to learn also, and you need to speak also. You need to think about your goal, what you want to from this language. If you just pass your any test, if you will just want to fulfill your target of any interview, so just you need to basic this type of learning like speaking English. But I'm not saying it's you don't need to learn English language of speaking easy, but this is very important language for every field where we are doing blogs. Even we are don't do anything professional, we all need to learn English language. If you are a mother, so you need to also just learn English language, because you will taught your child when you are own personality has type of educated personality, okay. But you need to make your target of grammar, vocabulary, etc. Then you, in on the other hand, you need to speak English in a different ways, like communication with someone, make conversation with someone, and do speak in alone when in the form of practice like 1 hour, 2 hour, and then increase your optimum of learning this language. How much possible you have required time, but you don't disturb your another different types of work. Focus on your every work equally, and but give your best time to English language learning, okay. We all need to read books in the English language. We need to all listen videos, etc., audiobooks about English language, and see English language videos on YouTube everywhere. Make your own environment of English improving and learning, okay. So I just want to go at this time, okay. Allah Hafiz, take care, remember me in your precious prayers, and I will meet you soon in the next greatest video.